What the fuck is up? It is your host, Erica Nalen, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series.
Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series. I am so happy you're here. This week, I went to New York City, and I had a grand old time. I'm not gonna lie, it was honestly a pretty chill weekend because I was kind of sick and didn't feel the absolute best. And then when I got home from the trip, I was like sick all week. As I'm sure you can tell, everyone has told me that I sound a bit nasally this week. Everyone I've talked to, they're like, you sound nasally. You sound nasally, what is up your butt? So I'm so sorry if I still sound nasally. I probably do. I'm still not feeling 100%, which is why I am basically locking myself inside all weekend. I'm gonna have just like a chill reset weekend this weekend to get my life back to feeling how it is. I've been doing like really random tasks today. So before I left to go to New York, I felt completely fine. And then when I got there, I started feeling like foggy, like I wasn't fully alive. And then as the days went on, I was just like so tired, a little bit stuffy, which kind of always happens to me when I travel. Like I am one of those people that is on a plane and my ears are popping like a painful amount, like an insane amount. Like I'm like rubbing my ears because they're popping so much. I've always had like really bad allergies, but like even if I take allergy medicine before I go on a flight and like take Advil and chew the gum and do all the things that they tell you to do and like plug your nose and breathe out of it, like my ears are gonna pop no matter what. And it's not like a cute little like peep poop pa, like poop pa in my ear. It's always like a really, really painful pop in my ear where I like cannot hear for days. So that like always happens to me when I travel though. So that was like not a surprise, but yeah, I was just super exhausted basically the whole time I was in New York. We still had so much fun. But then when I got back, I got hit with some sort of sickness and like was just down bad all week. But here I am and I'm feeling better finally. So, but immediately when I got back from New York, like I got home at 12 a.m. I think. And let me just tell you, the Ubers in New York are so expensive from the airport to the apartments. Like they are so expensive. I think my Uber was $100 to my friend's apartment and then like $78 back to the airport. Insane. But immediately when I got back to my apartment, it was like 12 a.m. I did a shower. One thing that I always do when I'm going on vacation is when I know that I'm going to be back later at night, because I feel like I'm always on the late flights because they're cheaper. So if I know I'm going to get back home at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, whatever it is, I will buy like a frozen meal from Trader Joe's that I love. And I'll have it here for when I get back so that I can eat it and just like not have to go to the grocery store. Like I just love having some sort of comfort meal in my freezer for when I get back from a trip so that I just don't even have to think. You can just heat some food up and like chill. And that's exactly what I did. My go-to meal, I think like the last 4 trips I've gone on that I've had ready for myself is the shepherd's pie from Trader Joe's. Shepherd's pie is like one of my favorite foods in the whole fucking world. I love it. My mom makes it the best, but Trader Joe's has one that's frozen and it's honestly pretty good. The next morning I woke up and I had to work and I was like, I feel like fucking shit. Like I do not feel good. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't hear because my ears, both of them popped so bad. And I thought like a shower and rest would like, I thought in the middle of the night when I was sleeping, they would like unpop. They didn't. So I couldn't hear. I just like literally felt so shitty. I also think it has to do with the weather change because it's getting a little bit colder here. Not like super cold, but I have been wearing sweaters like all week. I ordered on DoorDash because I couldn't even go to the store. I was that down bad. Also, I feel like I just got in at like 12:30 a.m. and then working the next day. Like I was just like, I cannot do this. So I had to order Dayquil, NyQuil, crackers with cheese, mini cookies, soup, scalloped potatoes. Scalloped potatoes are my favorite fucking thing. They're like those things that come in a box and they're scalloped and they're potatoes and they're cheesy and you just like can make them in your oven or on a pot. Oh my God. Those like might be one of my favorite foods ever. And that is like my new sick food because when I ate those, I felt instantly better, honestly. And then I ordered tea, vitamin C, which why did I think vitamin C packets were going to taste good? I don't know what I thought vitamin C was, but I like was in my brain like this is going to taste good. And then I tried it and I was like, okay, this is why I've never drank these before. And I felt like I was 5 years old. Like the DoorDasher came up here. She was so sweet. I love when they are willing to bring it to the door. She came up here and she was like, I'm gonna assume you're sick. Like, I hope you feel better and I hope you have a great day. And it just like made me emotional. Like that she knew I was sick, even though it was kind of obvious from all the fucking things I ordered. But anyways, now that I'm feeling better, and I'm ready to pod, I thought it would be fun if we addressed the hate comments that I was receiving because what the fuck? I should have seen these coming. Like I knew from not last week's episode, but the week before, I mean, I had a little bit of commentary that had to do with the men, but I didn't really think it was that bad, if I'm being honest. Like maybe I just needed to further explain myself. Since I had my first hate comments from men, I thought it would be a good idea if we went through some good things that men did this week that I noticed. There's only 3 that I wrote down that I could remember, but I was like, you know what? I hated on men like 2 weeks ago. I angered the men. They were angry in my comments. They were not happy with me. So I thought we would applaud them. First things first. My friend lives with her boyfriend, and when I went to visit, her boyfriend slept on the couch the whole time I was there, and I got to sleep in their bed with her. And he slept on the couch the whole time. And all I could think about was that nobody I have ever dated would have ever given my friends the bed and slept on the couch all week if my friend was coming to visit. Like, I don't think I've met a man that would do that. So let's give a clap to my friend's boyfriend. Let's go. Okay, the next clap that we're giving out goes to the man that I sat next to on my flight home to Chicago. He got out of the seat before me because I was in the window. He was in the middle. He got out, and then he was like, you can go before me, like to get out of my seat and like go so that other people behind us didn't like cut me off. He was like, you go ahead, lady. And that's some gentleman behavior, and I appreciated it. So let's give him a clap. Let's go. And the third man that did something good this week that I am aware of was when I was at the airport. I had a carry-on, and we were going through security, and I had to carry the bag onto the security, like, x-ray shit. And I don't know if I looked like I was struggling or if I looked like I'm weak. I'm not sure. But the man behind me was like, do you want me to lift your bag up for you? A man has never offered to lift my bag up for me before. And a man behind me offered to lift my bag up on the x-ray thing for me. So let's give a clap for him. Let's fucking go. So yeah, I noticed 3 good things that men did this week for me. For the people. No, these were for me. So yeah, I noticed 3 good things that men did for me this week. And thank you. Thank you to those men. Now let's go over New York City. I'm getting a little bit cozier in my bed because my back kind of hurts, but let's go over New York City. So I love a city. I love New York. I love everything about it. But one thing that is not for me is the electric bikes. My friend really wanted us to ride electric bikes. And I, like, at first honestly thought she was kidding. Like, I was like, there is no way that she thinks that I'm getting on an electric bike. Like, does she know anything about me? Like, no. I think I've told my bike stories before, but, like, I've ran into a stop sign on a bike. Like, I've just gotten really injured on bikes before, and those bikes were not electric. Those were completely my fault. And, like, I've been on the Lime scooters before, like the electric scooters, and I don't know if I've told you guys this, but the last time I was ever on a Lime scooter, I really had faith in myself and I told everybody to follow me and that I was a pro at it. I was not. And basically I led a group of people and I rode my Lime scooter into a pothole and flew off and like scraped my whole body. So anything electric, anything bike related, scooter related, like it's just not my ish. It's not for me. And my friend really wanted to ride electric bikes for some reason. She's obsessed with them right now. She was like, these are my ish, like, let's do these. And I'm like, I don't think I can, but like, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to try it out, okay? But I don't think she realized like how bad I would be at it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, sure, whatever. But like, I need to test this out. Like, I don't want to be in the streets of New York on an electric bike. Like, I'm going to run into a car. Like, I actually wasn't even concerned that a car would hit me. I was concerned that I would hit a car or a person, like literally anything, or go into a pothole. Like, I was just scared for the safety of others. It wasn't for my safety, it was for the safety of the public. So we go to the electric bikes. First of all, they're so fucking heavy. Why are they so heavy? Obviously, it's because they have like a battery or something in them, but like, can we work on that? If they weren't so heavy, I would have felt more confident. Then she's like, you need to give it a run. I don't know what word was going to come out of my mouth, but she's like, you need to give it a try. Like, let's do a little practice run before we get on the real streets. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. Let's do that. So I get on it for like 5 seconds. And tell me why I move the pedal like literally once. I'm like, ba-boom, pedal is moved forward. And you're going like 5 miles an hour already. Like, what the fuck is that? Is there a way to turn the electric bikes off? She was trying to explain to me that like the best part is that they are electric. And I was like, I feel like I would enjoy this if they weren't electric, you know? I feel like they need to have like classes on them. Like, isn't it a little bit bizarre that anyone can get on an electric bike and an electric scooter? Like, you don't need a license. I don't know. It feels a little bit weird to me. Feels a little bit unsafe that anyone can get on an electric scooter or bike. I guess they're not going that fast, but still. But yeah, we didn't end up riding them. I rode like literally probably 1 foot, and like I moved my pedal 1 foot forward and started going like 5 miles per hour, and I was like, get me the fuck off this. Like, I'm not doing this today. So we didn't ride them. Very sorry to my friend, but you know what? Like, I didn't want to put anyone's life in danger that day, okay? The next event that happened in New York was we went to a tapas place, and it was lit, it was fun, it was great. And before we went, we were like, they have pictures of sangria. And for some reason, we were like, we each need to get a picture of sangria to ourselves, you know, obviously. Why else are you getting a picture of sangria if you're not there to drink it by yourself, okay? So that was our game plan. And then we order a pitcher of sangria to ourselves. And the server is like looking at us like we're insane. And he's like, you're each drinking a pitcher of sangria? And we're like, yes, sir, that is correct. We would each like a pitcher of sangria to ourselves. And he's like, let's just start with 2. And we were saying that we weren't drunk. Like, we were like, we're not feeling the sangria. Like, did they even put alcohol in here? Like, we're not feeling the sangria. And I go to the restroom at this restaurant, and it's kind of in the back. I don't bring my phone, and it's one of those locks where it's not like on the door handle, but it's one where you like, it's like a long lock, and then you have to push it through another hole to lock the door. It's one of those things. So I'm going to the bathroom, the door is locked through that thing, whatever. I wash my hands, and I go to unlock the door, and it literally won't open. It will not unlock. Like, it will not move left, it will not move right, it will not unlock. I'm like freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get locked in a bathroom. Like, they're gonna have to chainsaw this down. Like, I don't even have my phone. I can't even call my friends and tell them that I'm locked in this bathroom. Like, what the fuck do I do? So I'm like freaking out, probably like freaked out a little bit more than I needed to. I'm like trying to unlock this door like so fucking much that I literally cut my finger open because I was panicking so much that I was like moving it left and right like a billion times and it literally wouldn't move. Like, it was just stuck in one place. I was like putting water on it. Like, I was moving it up and down, like just trying to get it to open. And I don't know if you've ever been locked in a bathroom, but this is my first time ever being locked in a bathroom, and I felt like claustrophobic. Like, I felt like I was having a panic attack almost. Like, I was so uncomfortable, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be stuck in this bathroom. Like, the walls were closing in on me. Like, I was just like not having a good time in there. It literally wouldn't move. I was like, oh my God, nobody even knows that I'm like in here. Well, my friends knew I was in there, but like, did they? And it was like in a weird area of the restaurant, so like no one really knew. Like, if I needed help, like no one would really know. And yeah, I was freaking the fuck out. My finger is now bleeding because I was like fucking going ham on the lock, trying to unlock it so much that now my finger is bleeding. Basically, I just started pounding on the door as hard as I could because I was like, someone has to hear me. Like, someone's gonna have to go to the bathroom. And nobody comes. And so I start knocking again. I'm like, help me. Like, I was like freaking the fuck out. And then some guy comes up to the door and he's like, yes. And I'm like, hi, I'm locked in this bathroom. Like, it legitimately will not move left or right. Like, it will not open. And I am freaking out. And he's like, 1 sec. So then another guy comes back like 10 minutes later and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm locked in the bathroom and I literally can't get it unlocked. And he's like, okay, 1 sec. And then he leaves and I'm like, what the fuck? Who's getting me out of this bathroom? And then I just like tried one last time and then finally it unlocked. But it took a lot of fucking strength. It took a lot of fucking power and it unlocked, and I never want to go in a bathroom alone again. And I like went back to my friends and I'm like, guys, I just got locked in the bathroom. And they were like, okay, we did notice like you were in there for a while. I'm like, it felt like I was in there forever. It felt like I was in there for a decade, okay? Like, you motherfuckers, I am a fast peer. If I don't come back to the table in under 5 minutes, like, something is seriously wrong and I am locked in the bathroom, okay? So after that, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to the bathroom alone ever again. And then I asked the server because he was like laughing at me because he was like, is this girl okay? And I was like, just out of curiosity, has anyone ever been locked in that bathroom before? And he said no. He's like, that has never happened before. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, was I tweaking? Like, I definitely was locked in that bathroom. And then I was like, well, my finger's bleeding. Like, I was so locked in there. And he's like, yeah, it's never happened before. Either he's lying to me or like, why did that happen? I have questions. And like, why did I have to cut my finger open? Like, there was literally blood on the fucking lock. That's disgusting. Can I get an infection? I don't want to know. But yeah, I got locked in a bathroom. That was like so scary. And I never want that to happen again. Oh my gosh, wait, I have been locked in a bathroom before. That was the second time I've been locked in a bathroom. But luckily, the first time I got locked in a bathroom, I had a friend with me and I had a phone. So like, it was so much better. Like, we were together. We had each other. We had our phones. Like, it was a way better experience. Getting locked in the bathroom this time with no cellular device. I think I just said cellular extremely oddly. With no cellular device and no friend, not ideal. So from this point forward, from now on, I am going to be always bringing my phone to the bathroom and always bringing a friend. I am literally never going to the bathroom alone again. Okay, another thing that happened in New York was my friend's apartment had crazy amenities. They were so amazing. And one of the amenities that her apartment had was this thing called a quiet room. Yeah, I've never heard of one of those before, but I think it's a necessity that I need in my life from this point forward. Basically, it was this room in her apartment that had probably like 8 chairs, like that you can lean back. It's giving tanning bed energy, not tanning bed, like tanning chair energy, where you can like recline the chair. It's soft, it's comfortable, and it's like just this room that's super quiet. You can like put a curtain over, so if someone is in there next to you, like they don't know. And then you can even turn like the lights off, and there's candles. I sat in this quiet room for 2.5 hours, motherfuckers. I was so relaxed in there. Like, I think that might have been the best 2 hours of my life. I'm not even kidding. I was just in there. This was while I was getting the hate comments. I went to the quiet room. I sat in there. I like thought about things. I don't know. It was really quiet and it was dark, and I like maybe fell asleep for 30 minutes and just like vibed out. And what I realized was, one, I need a quiet room in my future home. And I was gonna have a second point, but I don't have one. But basically, I need one of those in my future house. And I feel like everybody needs one of those in their home. Like a room that is completely quiet, like soundproof almost, that you can just go in, it's dark, you can relax. Like, that's the fucking shit that we all need, is a quiet room. Like, it was so peaceful. The only non-peaceful part about it was that they gave 7 tours while I was in there. I think that's why I was in there for so long, because they kept getting interrupted. But they gave like 7 tours to people, and every time they came in there, I don't think they realized that I was in there, and they told every single person on the tour, they were like, nobody comes in here, like nobody uses this room. And I'm like, meanwhile, I've been in here for 2 hours, and this is my new favorite place that I've ever been, and I love it so much that I'm going to be making it in my new home that doesn't exist yet. But when it does exist, like, I'm having a quiet room. I feel like every weekend has to end with me doing something that is either embarrassing or is going to give me anxiety. And the thing that happened, I don't even think I told my friend this, but the thing that happened was, I'm at the airport. Everything always happens to me at the airport. Like, I feel like me and airports, like, we're like frenemies. Like, we have beef for some reason. And I'm at the airport, and I'm going through security. Well, I'm about to go through security. And the lady in front of me cuts under, like, I'm explaining this terribly. We're walking to the security area. We're about to get in line. And you know how they have those ropes? Not sure what they're called, but they're the ropes that, like, keep the lines in order. You know, they're what make the lines. And this lady, like, didn't want to walk as far, like, around the circle as you are supposed to. So she just goes under the rope. This is the lady in front of me. She just goes under the security rope because, like, yeah, saves you some time going under the rope and not having to walk around. So me being a follower sometimes, I was like, oh my God, that was genius. I don't want to walk around either. So I go under this rope. Like, follow the leader, she goes under the rope, then I try to go under the rope. The rope gets, like, caught on my bag. It, like, knocks everything down. The rope is, like, all over me. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, why do I do these things? Why did I not just walk around? Because this lady in front of me, like, she didn't have anything with her. She was just herself, so it was, like, very easy for her to slip under. I don't know if I forgot that I had belongings on me, but I had a full-ass suitcase and a full-ass backpack on, a sweatshirt. Like, I had so many belongings. So I go under it. I get wrapped up in it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. Why did I just do this? But luckily, there was a very nice lady that watched me do all of this embarrassing shit. And she was like, I'm coming to help you. She took the rope off for me and was like, I got you. And I'm like, thank you. Like, what the fuck? Because I was trying to get it off of myself for like 30 seconds. Like, I was like spinning around, like wrapping myself in this rope, like, what? And she saw me struggling and was like, I'm coming. And I'm like, why do I do this? Why do I do this? Like, why did I try to, like, do what that lady was doing when I have all this fucking shit in my hands? You know? Some guy did give me a look, like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Like, I felt like he looked at me like, why are you the way that you are? Like, he totally gave me that look, actually. Basically, that was my week, my New York City sick, extravagant week. Hopefully next week I am not sick and you don't have to listen to me sound like this, but that's what's up. I hope you guys also had an amazing, fun week. I hope none of you are sick, and thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy you're here, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.